Hey folks, so do you ever find that you write to-do lists like this either in work or at home and just never seem to get them done? Well, I used to struggle with that exact same thing until I learned how to properly capture, prioritize, and schedule my important tasks into my week. So in this video, I'm going to teach you that exact method so you can execute on your to-do lists going forward. So, let's get stuck in. Welcome back to the channel, folks. My name is John Ledden, and of course I love learning and being more productive with the tools I use every single day, both in work and at home. So today we're talking about properly executing on your to-do list. And for me, there are 3 important steps you must follow if you're going to actually execute and complete the tasks that you outline or write down to get done that week or that month, whatever it may be. Step 1 is capturing your tasks. So it's understanding where you get your tasks from, whether in work or at home, and what tools you use to capture those tasks. Step 2 is how you prioritize those tasks. So how do you know what tasks should be completed first based on that list top to bottom? And then step 3 is scheduling those tasks. So once you've captured and prioritized your tasks, you should be able to easily schedule them into your calendar based on the free time that you have. So today, that's exactly what I'm going to teach you, how to properly capture, prioritize, and schedule your tasks so you never struggle with this again. And you end up with a reputation as someone who follows through. So let's talk about step 1, capturing your tasks. Now, this is a super important step, and it's all about understanding where you get your tasks from and where you record those tasks. I use 3 simple tools for this before I schedule into my calendar. The first one I use is this, which is workflowy.com. It's an absolutely amazing to-do list note-taking app, which is super simple, but also very powerful. And I will do a video on it someday. So basically, if I have something I know I have to do just myself or something that pops into my head, I'll just go straight into Workflowy and write down that individual task in a to-do list. The second tool I use is my Gmail or my inbox. Now, I don't use this as a to-do list, but I use it in a very specific way. Anytime in work, someone wants me to do something, the only way they can get me to do that task and add it to my to-do list is by emailing me the task they want me to do, the details of the task, and when they want it done by. And that way I can easily take those tasks and prioritize them with the rest of my to-do list items in my other applications. And trust me, this will change your life and work, because especially these days, you're working remotely across the globe with multiple teams, internally and externally, and you could get tasks from group meetings, one-to-ones, email, Slack, Microsoft Teams, Google Sheets, all this kind of stuff. You could end up getting different notifications for specific tasks in whatever role you're in. And having one specific path for everyone that deals with you forces them to communicate with you in a way that you can organize your time better. And trust me, people will like that you do this, okay? I insist this from everyone I work with, whether they are a direct report of mine up to the CEO that I deal with all the time, okay? If you want me to do something, you have to email me the task, the details, and the date. Otherwise, it will never make it into my schedule. So trust me, do it, use it in that way, and your life will change forever. And the third tool I use is monday.com. Now, I use this both in work and at home because it's absolutely fantastic for expanding on the to-do list items that are on your calendar or on your simple to-do list. And it also allows you to work with other teams and give them tasks within specific projects. So super easy to use, very intuitive, but also very customizable. Big fan of it. And again, it's something I'll probably do a video of in the future. They didn't pay me to say this. In fact, I pay them to use this specifically. So that's pretty much the 3 tools that I use to capture the tasks that I need to do on a week-to-week basis. So let's talk about step 2, which is how to properly prioritize your tasks. So I'm going to go back to my simple note-taking app because that's where I prioritize from. Let's talk a little bit about a vague versus a specific to-do list. Now, you're never going to be able to implement on a to-do list which is super vague. So if we look at the 5 items I have here, They're just super vague. Car service, YouTube video, haircut, clothes shopping, and office gear. All right. Now I may write them down and by the end of the week, forget what's actually involved in half of them. Like what clothes shopping was I talking about? What office gear did I want to get? Did I need to update or buy or fix office gear? YouTube video, do I know exactly what I need to do and how many tasks are involved in that? So if we have it, if it's too vague, you're not going to be able to properly execute on the task because you'll start doing it and realize, well, it's not a half-hour job. It's actually a 3-hour job. So we want to be more specific. So I'm going to go out of this one and I'm going to go into a more detailed to-do list and we're going to get even more specific here. So the advantage of workflow is I can actually use @ and hashtags to properly prioritize and organize my to-do list items here. So the first thing I'm going to do before I even tag them a priority is basically put them into a category. All right. So this one is just a home item. So I'm going to pop home in there. This one, revamp homepage and navigation. That's to do with my website. So I'm going to pop in website here. If I can type it properly, there we go. Prep video on G Suite Gmail. So that's my YouTube. So again, if I can type properly, there we go. YouTube, book haircut. I'm going to do this is health. Record G Suite. This is also YouTube. So I should have the tag there already. Lovely. This is also our YouTube. So I'm going to pop that in. And then this last one is also a health item. So I'm going to pop that down as health as well. So I've properly kind of categorized my to-do list items. The next thing we're going to do is we're going to prioritize these into things that need to be done versus things that don't really need to be done. So the first thing is book car in for service for NCT. So my car is overdue for an NCT, which is a roadworthy test in Ireland here. So I'm going to put this in as a priority 1. Let's just call this P1 actually. The website is not something I need to do this week, so let's call that a P2. YouTube video is definitely a P1, so I'm going to put that as a P1. Haircut is not, so I'm going to do this a P2, probably even a P3. But I normally don't have to go that far with my personal items, kind of leisure items. This is a P1 and this is a P1. So there we go. And then this last one is a P1, just a quick checkup that I got to do. Not major, but again, something I want to get done this week. Now, there's a couple of these items are actually super quick items. So I'm going to change one thing on this. I'm going to put tasks to schedule. And I'm going to move all of these. And then I'm going to put another kind of category out, which are just quick tasks. Because 2 of these don't need to be put into a calendar item. They're things that will take me 5 minutes. I just need to basically do them. So those 2 items are, of course, book car in for service. That will take me about 5 minutes. So I'm going to pop that down here. And then book doctor's appointment. I'm going to pop that down here. And in fact, book haircut will also take me about 5 minutes. So they don't need to be specific items that need to be scheduled into my calendar. They just need to be popped in a list where when I'm free, I can just look at my quick tasks and then complete them. So this is a really handy tip, is if you tend to leave a lot of your tasks and work just in emails that are 5-10 minute tasks and you look back on, you realize you never get them done, put them into a quick task list, get rid of the email, and then next time you have 20 minutes free, just bang through those quick tasks as quick as possible so you can get them out of the way and then go back to your important tasks later that would be scheduled into your calendar. All right, so that's the first thing. So now we've prioritized them by category, into priority, and into tasks that need to be scheduled, and then tasks that can be done quickly when I have some free time. And that brings us to step 3. So step 3 is all about scheduling your important tasks into your calendar once you've properly prioritized them. So once a week I do this on a Sunday. I take my prioritized list and I go to my calendar and I book them in, and then I take them out of my list because they're booked into my schedule, so I know I'm going to get them done or implement them. Now I'm going to go over to my calendar. I'm going to explain a little bit about my calendar before we put these items in. So basically, I have 2 major commitments every single week: my workouts and, of course, my day job, my 9 to 5, my 12 to 8, where I run a global support team for a software company. So I do that Monday to Friday, which means for my side hustle, my leisure time, I've got to do that either in the mornings after my workout or in the evenings after I finish. So let's have a look and let's start scheduling these items. On Monday, I like to keep this open for just general productivity. All right, so general learning, research, and productivity. And this is where I'll get some of my quick tasks done as well. So I'll do like general research here, just on a weekly basis. General research, learning, productivity, whatever you want to call it. Monday, I like to start like that, do my workout, and then just kind of review all the stuff that I need to get done. This can be super helpful both in work if you give yourself an hour or two on a Monday to properly sit back and review all the things that you maybe need to reprioritize before you even schedule anything. All right. Now we can get stuck into actually putting in the items that we need to do. So let's go back to that. All right. The first one is to prep the video on YouTube. Can't record it until I prep it. So let's go back to the calendar and let's do that Tuesday. All right. So let's prep the video. Prep G Suite. If I can type today, video here. And then I'm going to go back to my task list and I'm actually going to mark this as complete because it doesn't need to be in my to-do list anymore. All right. So the next one is to record the G Suite video. So again, I'm going to go back in and we're going to do that on Wednesday. And again, it takes me about an hour and 45, 2 hours to record that. So record new G Suite video. And again, we can go back, we can mark this off as complete and get it out of our to-do list. All right, last one is edit and upload the G Suite video. I tend to do this on a Thursday and a Friday. So I'll edit video, and then I'll do an edit and upload on a Friday after watching it and doing my second kind of draft of the edit. So I'm going to hit edit and upload in there. Going to go back to my to-do list. And then I'm going to get it out there because it's in my calendar. I don't need to worry about it. So the last thing we need to schedule is the website revamp, homepage, and navigation. Now, looking at my calendar, I'm pretty overcommitted right now. I have 10 plus hours of work to do every single day. And then, of course, my workouts. And I want to leave a little bit of time free for socializing with family and friends because it's summer and we have nice long evenings at the moment. So I will possibly look at this midway through the week to see if there's any time or any evening I want to work on that. But if not, I'll probably schedule it into next week. Now, the thing that I will change on this one, it's currently a P2 or priority 2. I'm going to change that now to a priority 1 because if I don't get it done this week, then next week it will be scheduled in as a priority 1 task and will definitely get scheduled and completed next week if it's not this week. So folks, I hope you enjoyed that video on how to properly capture, prioritize, and schedule your tasks so you can become an absolute productivity machine and get the reputation of someone who follows through all the time, just like me. So remember, folks, please hit like, hit subscribe, please share if you enjoy it. And I will continue to make these wonderful productivity videos just for you every single Tuesday.